Greetings, one and all. How you doing today? I hope everybody can hear me. Put the number one in the chat if you could hear your brother. If you could hear me now on the channel we call King Simon Presents. On the channel we only give respect. If you could only hear me now. Put that number one in the mother flipping chat, people. You know how we get down, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share with at least 3 people. That's about this spiritual growth, this religious growth, this mental growth, this physical growth, this mental health. Because I'm about promoting mental health, and I know a lot of us go through it. Oh, I know a lot of us go through it. Today is February the 13th. Want to say happy cosmic return. Happy cosmic solar return to my late great elder, Dr. Delbert Blair. Let's give him a well-deserved round of applause. Let's give Dr. Delbert Blair a well-deserved round of applause. Historian, engineer, metaphysician, transitioned on January 31st, 2016. He was born February 13th, 1934. Delbert Blair, man, all that I'm doing, he is one of the reasons why I do what I do. The late, great Delbert Blair. 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 Man, my Baba, my elder, one of the 3 the hard way. From back in the day, it was Dr. Blair, Dr. Philip Valentine, and Bobby Hemmett. That was 3 the hard way. When I tell you that's 3 the hard way, when you bring them all together, Batman. It was 3 the hard way. And every one of them, Dr. Blair, Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, had their own way of teaching the metaphysics. So the metaphysical underground was very important. The underground metaphysical teachings was very important. And today at 3 o'clock, we will have the proprietor, the one who the legacy have been left over to, Brother Tony, who Dr. Blair spoke highly of. Brother Tony, keeping the Meta Center legacy alive. Hosted by myself, King Simon Presents, on YouTube with a special guest, co-host, Rosalind Hunt, who was a dear friend of Dr. Delbert Blair. She's an international performing artist. She sang the song Murphy's Law and different other things. I'm going to talk to her about that before we bring up Tony. But this is a metaphysical tribute to our great grandmaster. And I might have people come on, who want to send a salute after I do the interview with Tony, because Tony is only going to be up here for like 45 minutes because he's working that Meta Center. He's definitely working the Meta Center. And do remember, family, this coming Sunday, the metaphysics giant himself, one of the triads of the grandmasters of the metaphysics, Dr. Philip Valentine, will be here live and direct on Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. with our brother Sabir Bey. Always going to be a question and answer between each and every one of them. And I'm going to ask some pointed questions to make sure everybody get the feel of Phil Valentine, because Phil is not the same way. He's the same man, but he's Dr. Philip Valentine he's gotten older, so he's a little refined, but he'll still cuss you out if you mess up. He'll still cuss you out if you mess up and disrespect him. That's Dr. Philip Valentine. So he's coming up on Sunday. And do remember with Brother Sabir Bey. And then on next Wednesday, we have Dr. Alicia Kair Ill. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about ancestral money, or what she calls death money. You know, she likes to put it out there hardcore. So she says the magic of death money. So we're gonna have her on at 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday, February 19th. And then don't forget, make sure you sign up for my class, The Grammar of Numerovation. Why I do what I do. I want y'all to understand the old school grammar and the new school grammar, and how to consciously articulate it for yourself, not just for me. Because sometimes you might not remember this. You might not remember what a soul urge is, or what a destiny number is, or what a life path is. Then create it. If you're going to get into numerology or any of these modalities, then create it, because all these things that was created by certain people, we can change that and we can manipulate it. But as long as the interpretation and the foundation of all the interpretations is correct, through your intuition, through your studies, through whatever. Remember, numerovation or numerology is here to guide you, not control you. It's here to guide you, not control you. Big up to everybody that's on Instagram. It's here to guide you, not control you. So I don't tolerate the trolls, because I know what the word trolling adds up to, the frequency, and I know the negativity of that particular number. Because remember, numbers could either go high or go low, and when you're trolling without any reason, boom. I don't even think people should be trolling. But if you look up the picture of a troll or the image of a troll, you wouldn't want to be a troll. And I know we changed the language and all that beautiful stuff. It sounds good. But that's why I'm teaching the grammar of numerovation, not necessarily numerology, but being able to blend numerology with an innovative way of motivating people is what I do. And so you need to know the jargon. You need to know how to articulate it. That's why I'm doing this class, this workshop on February 22nd from 1 to 3 p.m. Oh, I got some notes to share with y'all that day. Woohoo! And of course, my dear Baba, Lloyd Strayhorn, is doing a workshop on the 25th called Learning the Art of Numerology as a Career. I suggest everybody takes this. Go to his Linktree/numbers, and if you want to make a career out of any metaphysics service, Lloyd is one of the most successful in the field. Lloyd has been on Oprah in her beginning stages. He's a contemporary and a friend of Iyanla Vanzant, who he's also motivated through numbers. Queen of Four, who he also motivated through numbers. Wesley Snipes, who he also motivated through numbers. Wendy Williams, who he also motivated through numbers. Minister Farrakhan, who he also motivated to number, to the point that Minister Farrakhan said of Lloyd Strayhorn that he is doing another level of supreme mathematics. Woo! That is powerful within itself. So take the class with Lloyd Strayhorn, because I'm not going to be teaching a class on career yet. He's old, he's seasoned, he's vintage, he's almost 80, and he don't even claim 80. He don't even claim that he's almost 80. But Lloyd is teaching and disseminating information that you need for your soul before his soul goes back to where it came from. So make sure y'all support Lloyd Strayhorn. And then on the 26th, I have Samuel Lee Fudge, lead actor and writer of Mosiah, based on a story from the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. You know, this brother is born in America. He's American born with American family, FBA, or whatever you want to call him. He is a foundational Black American and doing the part of Marcus Garvey. A lot of us complain about English actors coming over here to do this and this type of actor coming over here to do that. Well, this brother is born here doing a Jamaican. Powerful, powerful, powerful. So make sure we support our brother when he comes here on February the 26th. And remember, March 23rd, get your tickets. For tickets and vending, call or text Brother Shabazz at 347-683-8122 at the Long Island University. It's only $30 in advance. Go get your tickets, or you can scroll or you can look at the QR code or try to get that QR code. But if you want, text him or call him. Mfundisha Jehutamas, Brother Kaba Kamene, Professor James Smalls, Mama Ella, Ethan Tunde is going to be, Ethan Kulne is going to be there. It's going to be powerful. So you want to be in the building in New York on March the 23rd. I might even fly in or drive in for it. I might, because this is like an inauguration. My brother Shabazz is coming back out at LIU, where we had Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, Dr. Blair, Dr. Africa. Everybody was there. So I might even come out to go see that. That's going to be powerful. Big up to Color Curiosity, one of my mods in the building. Big up to her. If you want to feng shui your mother flipping life, feng shui or per-unk your life, like Dr. Africa taught us, the ancient way to call feng shui is per-unk. Make sure you support our sister Millicent right here. Color therapy, fashion coordination, and consulting. And she does an 8-minute free consultation to see where you at and where you want to go with it. If you want to do your house, you want to do your clothing, you want to do your room, what you want to do, text her and tell her that King Simon sent you. All right. And big up to my other moderator who might be taking care of her daughter right now, doing her thing, Dr. Shakira Moore. Linktree/Holistica Healing. Remember, the pre-orders of a new book, The Iris Papers, is coming out. February the 15th is the pre-order. Woo, that's going to be powerful. All right. And we'll mention everybody else like AdaraMoselle.com, AdaraMoselle.com, ParisWilliams.com, PWCollection.com, Kendall Cobbs, that's Hypnosis with Kendall, get your mind right. Lower your depression and stress, CarrieAnnIngram.com. Get your taxes done, my brother, DTR Taxes. Text him and tell him I told you to call him if you want to get your taxes done. Big up to JB, my son, doing his great work in Atlanta in the metro area, and also my son doing great work in New York City with his recording studio. And if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth, 347-496-1022. And I have an announcement, of course. All the lessons that I've been doing, I'm about to put them all as in a workbook, an ebook first, and then I'm going to do the printed copies after. But it's called King Simon's Numerovational and Spiritual Lessons of Life Workbook. Look out for it. I'm preparing it now while I'm also preparing this book. At the same time, I'm preparing that book and I'm preparing this book to be released. Still got to go through, like I said, 0 through 999 with this book, with the angel and angle numbers book. So it's very important that we do what we got. And don't forget my other children's book is coming out. So are you ready for the lessons? Please put the number 9 in the chat if you are ready for the math behind me and the written lessons that I got also behind the scenes. Oh, yeah, we got it going on behind the scenes. I'm just letting you know. We got it going on behind the scenes. Put the number 9 in the chat if you're ready. I'm ready to turn it up. But one more thing. Somebody already won one set of books. The next person to text me and able to send $30, because these books I'm doing it for free. I'm giving it away for free, but you have to pay for shipping and handling, and you got to pay through either PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. It's on the board. Right now, the person that texts me right now at 347-496-1022 and is able to pay through PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle, I will mail out the 2 books by Billy Carson, Epic of Humanity and Fractal Holographic Universe. Text me at this number right now, 347-496-1022. Even if you don't win today, I'm going to be giving away one tomorrow and the next day. Don't worry about it. But if you can do it right now, you know you can send a PayPal to paypal.me, King Simon, or Venmo, or King Simon 1, or Zelle using that email. Do not use my telephone number. Use the email, tabproductions318@gmail. You will win 2 of these right now. Absolutely free, but you got to pay for shipping and handling, and it's $30 to ship and handle these things. They done gone up with a lot of the prices. It is what it is. But this book, one book is $24. The other one is $23. So you're going to get a deal. You're going to get a deal. So text me right now at 347-496-1022 if you want the 2 books. And remember, signed copies of my books are now available. And to get a signed copy of my book, It's $36 to get a signed copy of my book. You can pay through the same medium, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle at that email, the Zelle email. And again, it's $36. I will sign your name, put my name in there. I will sign the book. My books are on sale. I got at least 25 left. I had 30 of them. It's going down. It's dwindling down. So Numerovation for mental stability. Got them for you. Got them for you. Got them for you. All right. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready like Freddie, baby. I'm ready like Freddie. I am ready like Freddie. This was I was listening to Reverend Ike. Y'all know I love me some Reverend Ike, and Reverend Ike always stimulates a lot of these lessons that I have that I want to break down for my Matthew. And I'm going to break down the words. Let me move myself to the side a little. I'm going to break down the words and the numbers connected to the biblical quote that it came from. I'm going to break down the words wrath and anger, but I'm also going to break down 4:26 because the quote that I'm mentioning, let not the sun go down on your wrath, come from Ephesians 4:26. I'm going to read it to you from the Bible. Read! I'll be like the Hebrew Israelites today. We're going to be like the brothers from on the street today, just not in a disrespectful manner because they be doing too much when they disrespecting women and men and all that. You know, they got to be careful. Some guy or girl gets so darn offended that they'll come out and spray that whole street. People don't realize you can't just be saying too much on the street corner when you got people that's not afraid to pull out their gun and start busting. So I pray that those Hebrew brothers and sisters or brothers that be on the street, be careful with your words because people are sensitive. And you think you're untouchable because you got God or Yahweh or all the way around. Be careful. I was watching a video where y'all was disrespecting this lady with her daughter. And I know she came up on you. I know she was angry, but we got to learn how to calm that wrath down because remember what the word wrath means. What the word wrath means extreme anger. The word wrath. And I want you to share it with your Hebrew brothers and sisters, your Christian brothers and sisters, because I'm coming out of their Bible. Ephesians 4:26, but I'm going to focus on the number. I'm going to focus on the numbers. I'm not even going to break down the word Ephesians because I know I'm going to find something else mathematic, but I want to focus on the 4, the 2, and the 6, which are all healing numbers. So for the quote to say, let not the sun go down on your wrath, all of them are healing numbers. It's telling you to heal before you go to bed. Heal before you rest and rest your head at night. So let me read the quote and what it says in the Bible. I got one of my old Bible, King James Version. I mean, this is when I was in the Ansar community. I got it all marked up and highlighted because when I was in the Ansar community, I was just able to open up to a quote and it just boom, boom, and I'll be dropping it right on the streets of New York. Those who know from the 1980s, I used to be on 42nd Street. I used to be in Brooklyn. I used to be in Queens. I used to be in the Bronx. I used to be teaching with my brothers around me. We always used to have to travel in pairs. But I'm going to read the quote, what it says in Ephesians 4:26. It says, the full quote is, be ye angry and sin not, and let not the sun go down upon your wrath. That's just that full perspective. But if you go up to 25, it says, wherefore putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. And then it goes right into that quote on Ephesians 26. Be ye anger and not sin. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. That's where we're going to focus at, family. We ain't going nowhere else. I'm not going to read the whole context. If you want to read the whole thing, you go to Ephesians 4 and go read the whole thing. Very good stuff. The Bible is a metaphysics book, just like the Holy Quran. Metaphysics book, astrological book, numerical book. All of it can be taken for good, for evil, for positive, for negative. All of it can be taken for all of that. My job is to make sure I maintain good intentions. That's why I got the word intention up on the board. positive and negative. You can go either way with anything. I want people to get clear what I'm doing. So I got what I do will not affect you in any way as far as your religion is concerned. As a matter of fact, numerology or numerovation is here to make you better person in your reality and whatever you're practicing. You got a book of numbers in your Bible. In the Quran, it says over it is 19. Over is a number called 19. Really? So when I spoke to Imam Siraj Wahaj, a good brother, man, born March the 11th, coming up, his born day is coming up. He bought my book straight out of my hand when I started breaking things down. You could ask my ex-wife. He bought my book. Numbers are simple. People are complicated straight out. He just handed me $20. Straight out of my hand. So when you have a prominent imam that says, he said to me, let me tell you something, and I'm talking to the Muslims, I'm talking to the Hebrews. When you have a prominent imam or teacher like that, and even Captain Tazaria comes to me sometimes to get my advice through numbers because from a Hebrew perspective, they understand Kabbalah, they understand all those different things. They know not to pray to it, but they know that it can be used as guidance. And what Imam Siraj said to me, he said, personally in his office, he said, you know, there's a gray area with a lot of this astrology and numerology because a lot of people end up only depending on it and not depending on God or depending on Allah or depending on the creator. And I don't promote that. I want people to be balanced with their creative force or whatever you deem your creator to be called, male or female or alien, whatever you call it. I want you to bring balance and recognize that numbers are here to help guide you to be better so you can be good in your spiritual system, so you can be better in your religious system, so you can be better in your practices. Even if you're an atheist, you can be better by getting guided. Keep it simple. So today's topic is let not your wrath, let not the sun go down on your wrath. Let not the sun go down on your wrath. And at this point, before I go to the numbers, let me show you, let me just share with you on the board. Let me share with you on the board. Let's share with you some of the lessons because I'm gonna go back and forth with the lessons in this. The basic spiritual and physical perspective of the saying, let not the sun go down on your wrath. Ephesians 4:26. This saying, this is an online research, according when I Googled up this saying, this is what came up. It says, this saying emphasizes the importance of resolving anger and conflict before the day ends, promoting inner peace, emotional balance, and spiritual alignment. From both a spiritual and physical perspective, holding on to anger can be destructive, while letting go fosters healing and harmony. Woo, mic drop. I can stop right there to tell you the truth. I don't even have to go any further just by that online research. If you understand what this just said and what let not the sun go down on your wrath, Ephesians 4:26, what this means, put the number 1 in the chat. Is this important? Yes or no? Put the number 1 in the chat. Is this important? You got to recognize the important. Put the number 1 in the chat if you recognize the importance of this biblical quote. Put the number 1 in the chat. Because many of us, we could be in relationship. We could be angry with our boss. We could be angry with our children. Got to be very careful and learn to resolve our angers and our conflicts with each other on a daily basis. Because even before you go to bed with your mate, you don't want to feel like you're sleeping with the enemy because you didn't resolve it. That was a movie called Sleeping with the Enemy. Promoting inner peace, emotional balance, and spiritual alignment. Now, I know and I understand that couples get into issues and arguments all the time. I understand that. I got it. I know. I know we go through that. I know that sometimes children are angry with you. And I told you earlier one time, I told you in the last broadcast that I was so angry at my mother, I wished her death because she wouldn't let me come and sing and perform and go out there and do what I love. But she was trying to protect me as a mother. So I went to bed with wrath in my heart, with anger in my heart. And remember, the word anger means a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, and hostility. So when you have wrath, wrath only means extreme anger, but the word anger means a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, and hostility. So I went to bed being angry with my mom at the age of 15 because she wouldn't let me go and do a talent show at what school was that we was at? Was it Martin Luther King High School? I think it was Martin Luther King High School in Manhattan. I remember me and myself and Trevor, one of my best friends from back in the day, named Trevor Duggan. We went there back in the day. So it's so important. And I stress this to all of you because this first part of my lessons, this saying emphasizes the importance of resolving anger conflict before the day's ends, promoting inner peace, emotional balance, and spiritual alignment. Please share and like and subscribe. Please share this video. Please share this with people. And of course, you can circulate through Super Chat, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. If it means anything to you, please show love. And if you can't show love that way, get my books and all that kind of stuff, or buy books for your friends and all that kind of stuff, especially when the Angel Number book come out and when the workbook come out. Those two particular books are going to make you work. Let me say this again. Those two particular books that's about to come out and drop, the Angel Numbers, the Angle and Angel Number, and the Numerovational and Spiritual Workbook is going to make you work, because we need people to work. And it will be good work for young people, young adults, juveniles, for people in the prisons, all of that. Especially that workbook is going to be very helpful for them as they're trying to come back out, if they're on their way out of the prison system. All right, so spiritual perspective, cleansing the soul from negative energy. Anger is a low vibrational emotion that blocks spiritual growth and divine alignment. Releasing anger before the day ends ensures that negative energy does not settle into the soul, preventing bitterness and spiritual stagnation. Woo! Spiritual stagnation, bitterness. We got to be very careful of doing that to ourselves, brothers and sisters. People of humanity, we got to be very careful of not holding on to things so we can create this bitterness or this spiritual stagnation. I'm talking about babies. I'm talking about children. I'm talking about adolescents. I'm talking about adults. I'm talking about vintage people. We got to be very mindful of that, because when I go to the board now, I'm going to go back and forth between the board. The word wrath and anger. I want y'all to notice something. And this is something very it's the one, and the 25, which is 7 in the Caribbean, it adds up to 18, which is a 9. The word anger adds up to a number 27, which is a 9, and a number 16, which is a 7. Why did I put red around both of them? Red. I put a red circle around all of them, because in the negative of a 7 and a 9, they can hold on to anger issues and anger problems. People born under number 7 can mentally hold on to things. It can be disturbing to the point that it leads to mental worry and depression. So when that's wrath in your heart, number 7, 25. I'm just dealing with the single digit right now. Remember 25, 18, 27, and 16, they all separate meaning. But because I'm looking at the single digit, that's why I circled them with the red marker, with the red chalk. Because on the negative of the 7 and the 9, we already know the number of war, contentions, anger, military. So we gotta be very. So this is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence to me. This is not a quirky dink. This is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. This is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. And I want y'all to really understand that. I want y'all to really think about what we're doing when we're angry. I think the sound is only going through that because my voice is penetrable. It's very powerful, and I know I got another mic here that's doing its thing here. I got to deal with that microphone, but we gonna get through it. I ain't got no time to switch up and change around. I can't do it right now because my mind is into something else. So I'll do it. You know, I'll do it. I'll do it more calm. I'll do it more calm. I'll be more calm. I won't raise my voice because it's my voice. So it's very important that we think about what we do and how we do things when it comes to being angry with somebody. Now, the word adds up to a 25, and 25 is the symbol of endurance. And it's positive. Observation. So you got to be able to endure through your wrath. And you have to be able to observe when you are developing any type of wrath. Can you hear me clearly now? So it is important that when I look at the frequencies of these numbers, again, in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, I talk about the number 18. And 18 is the symbol of material side striving to destroy the spiritual side of nature. So when you are in wrath and you don't learn to observe it and endure through it, then you're taking on the other energy of the number 18, which is the material side striving to destroy the spiritual side of nature. It's in my book, page 69. The spiritual side striving to destroy the spiritual side of nature. And that's what wrath does. Because it develops bitterness, deep, extreme anger. And once you are not willing to catch it by observing what's happening, because remember, the number 25 in the Pythagorean system, before that double number is the number of strength, experience, and observation. So you got, when you're going through wrath, It takes a strong man and a woman to be strong, to hold themselves, to observe what they're going through, so they don't let it slip into a negative, bitter stagnation. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? Please put the number 7 and the number 9 in the chat if you understand, because both words have 9 and 7. 9 and 7. It's just that 9 shows up on the 27 over here in anger, and 16 shows up in the number in anger. So if you understand what I'm saying, please put the number 9 and the number 7 in your chat if you have. I just want people to get clear about it. I want people to be clear about what's happening. Why I even chose to bring forth this quote from Ephesians 4:26. And like I said, when you look at Ephesians 4:26, let's go to the board. 4, 2, and 6 are all numbers of balance. 4 deals with the disciplinary way to balance yourself, finding structure and discipline and building, but also it's a mental number. And when 26 now, 2 and 6, 2 is a companion and a connection you got to make and understand when it comes to the wrath or that particular quote. And 6 deals with the harmony, truth, justice, and forgiveness that you have to deal with. Now, I can add it up and it adds up to 12, which is a 3. We know that 12 in tarot is the number of the hangman, and it's the number of victimization, victim or sacrificial lamb. It adds up to a number 3, which tells you need to expand. If the quote says, "Let not the sun go down on your wrath," it's right there within Ephesians 4:26, and it adds up to a 3, which deals with expanding and communications and manifestation through creativity. Then in order for you to not go down the extreme anger of what wrath means, you have to be creative. You have to be creative, you have to be compassionate, and you have to be willing to expand and express yourself and communicate clearly with each other in relationship so wrath doesn't take over. 4 is the disciplinary number of communication. 2 is the command, the companionship, and the balance of love and uniting with somebody in relationship. And 6 is the number of balance, harmony, truth, justice, and reciprocity. You have to overcome the wrath because there's a negative to each one of these numbers also. There's a negative to the number 12. There's a negative to the number 3. Now, when I look at it from a holistic perspective, 4 plus 26 equals 30. Because remember, that's the 4th chapter, the 26th verse. That's what that is. So when I add 4 plus 26 adds up to 30, you look in my book on page 74, the number 30 is the symbol of mental outlook and superior mindset. So in order for you to use that quote effectively, because 4 plus 26 adds up to 30, you have to have a mental outlook of what you're dealing with, letting not the sun go down on your wrath. There have to be conversation. There have to be communication in order for you not to be hateful as you're going to bed. And because in my book, I talk about the number 30 being the symbol of mental outlook and superior mindset. And remember, number 30 is one of the master number potentials of infinite power and potential that comes with it. But it's also about bringing charm out of the situation, bringing a jovialness out of the situation, bringing creativity out of the situation, and bringing and doing things with intelligence. The number 30 is a number of intelligence. The number 30 is the number of intelligence. Put the number 30 in the chat. It's in my book. I talk about it. Charming, jovial, creative, and intelligent. Put the number 30 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. So 30 is a powerful number to utilize because, again, numbers came to guide you, not control you. So the quote that is inspired by a Hebrew proverb, the only reason I say Hebrew proverb is because that's what Reverend Knight said. Let not the sun go down on your wrath. So when I go back to the lesson, now, which I'm going to go back to the lessons, releasing anger before the day's end ensure that negative energy does not settle into the soul, preventing bitterness and spiritual stagnation. Please like, subscribe, and share. Support the channel any way you can. Number 2, forgiveness and higher consciousness. Spiritually holding on to anger keeps the soul in bondage, while forgiveness sets it free. Let me say that again. Forgiveness and higher consciousness. Spiritually holding on to anger keeps the soul in bondage, while forgiveness sets it free. Choosing to resolve and release anger before the sun sets aligns with divine wisdom, promoting inner peace and emotional liberation. It's very important that you recognize that. Very important that you recognize. Think about it. Choosing to resolve or release anger. Remember, the word anger adds up to a number 27. 27 is the number of creativity and productivity and harvest. So, and 2 and 7 are the intuitive numbers in numerology. So, in order for you to control or redirect anger, you have to be creative and productive, and you have to use your intuition to know that if you go down that angry road, because the 9 is also an intuitive, assertive number, but you can also wreak havoc and heated arguments with that number 9 that 27 adds up to. People got to think. People got to intuitively know and see into the future, so to speak, to prevent an argument or anger to take over the household or the business or whatever, or wherever you're going, or whatever you're doing in your life with somebody else that you're in relationship with. I want y'all to sit and think about that for a second. You can think about sit and think about that for a second. I want y'all to think about that for a second. It's very important. So that quote, this quote is very important. Let not the sun go down on your wrath. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Do not let the sun set. That's why I got a picture of the sunset. Don't let the sun set on your wrath. Don't let it go down. Bring peace to your relationship. Bring peace to your friends, your family, your children. Don't let them get angry with you. Don't let them get angry with you. Learn how to breathe things out. Learn how to breathe things out. Those that are just coming in, I've already said that this is from Ephesians 4:26. I already know what it is. I know where this comes from, but even the number that it lands on in the book, all those numbers, 4, 2, and 6, are all healing numbers. So when you decide not to let anger or wrath take over, you are actually working on the healing process. You are actually showing yourself to grow, to become better, that you're willing to become better, whether it's male or female. To be, even if you're angry with your dog, do not, or your cat because they spilled something or ran over or they defecated in your living room. Even if you're angry, do not let not the sun go down on your wrath. Let it go. Number 3, alignment with love and light. The universe operates on the law of balance, and anger disrupts this harmony. Releasing anger allows one to stay in the frequency of love, compassion, and understanding, which attracts positive outcomes. Now, what is so interesting about the saying from the Bible, Ephesians 4:26, is that the word anger, and it's not even the word, I mean, in new transliterations, they might put the word anger. They might not use the old English or the old English jargon. They might put the word anger. Let not the sun go down on your anger. They might put that in the Bible, the new transliteration. I have a lot of those too. I think I lost them in storage because I had a lot of Bibles. Man, I had some Hebrew Bibles, I had Arabic Bibles, I had all kinds of Bibles. I lost my strong concordance. I had a strong concordance. I lost that in the storage. The number 16 in compound numerology. And that's why I tell people, get my book. This book has multiple systems in it. Then I got recommended readings in the back of it. If you want to go and find out or study more deep or get into it more deep. But the number 16 in compound numerology, don't just break it down to the 7, because 16 has its own meaning, 27 has its own meaning, 18 has its own meaning, 25 has its own meaning in compound and composite numerology studies. 16 is the symbol of spiritual victory or defeat. Anger can cause spiritual victory or defeat depending on your use of anger and how you handle anger. Depending, and that's what I say in the book. The number 16 is the symbol of spiritual victory or defeat depending on its physical use in this realm. Yes, it's up to you, family, how you use it. It's up to all of us on how we, and believe me, I'm not above reproach. I've gotten angry before at people and all that kind of stuff. I've gotten angry. I've gotten hurt. Relationships. Things that people have done without talking to me first, with my ex-wife or ex-wives or ex-girlfriend or whatever. But anger is a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, and hostility, where the word wrath is extremely that. Extreme anger. That means it's extreme strong feelings, extreme annoyance, extreme displeasure, extreme hostility, that word wrath. In other words, you can go there. You can go there, definitely. And because the quote adds up, the 4 plus the 26 adds up to a number 30, 30 30 because 0 is behind the 30. 0 adds extremity to any number that it follows. It can add infinite protection, infinite guidance, a vortex or opening, expression because of the 3 in front of it. But on the other hand, it could be extremely positive or extremely negative. And people born on the 30th can go down the extreme positive or the extreme negative of a road. Like when you see Tyrese crying a lot because he's emotional and he's deeply emotional. I respect the brother Tyrese. I love the brother. He can be very vulnerable about certain things with his wife and children and all that kind of stuff. But he's born on the 30th. And he can be very extreme with his expression because 3 is the number of expression. LeBron James born on the 30th. Michael Tyson born on the 30th. The world's born on the 30th. They can be very extreme when you're born under that frequency. It can be very extreme. Let me calm down because I know the microphone is sensitive. I got a sensitive microphone here. Sensitivity of the microphone will start static. And pardon me if it does. Telling you, family. Telling you, it's very important that we recognize these different things. And I know a lot of us are becoming conscious in some way, and we putting down the Bible, and don't put down the Bible. Be able to go into the Bible and extract its spiritual and metaphysical meaning. Even if you're not in Christianity no more, you're not in Islam no more, you're not in Hebrew or Judaism no more, be willing to extract it. If you're not in the Jehovah's Witness anymore because of whatever, be willing to take what you need and make yourself better, because these scriptures in the past has made people better, has stopped criminals from robbing people and hurting other people. I know it helped me because I was so happy to go into an unsought law community where the teacher at that time, Imam Isa, or the teachers that he appointed in front of us, like Brother Dawood or Brother Ali, aka Jerry Miller, they showed us how to use the Bible in a very respectful way and showed us how to disseminate the information to help us become better. So the Bible or the Quran or the Tao or anything that you're studying that has some type of spiritual principle is here to make you better. And sometimes you got to know how to dig into it to extract what you need for yourself. Because not everybody is going to be a Muslim. Although according to certain teachers that all of us are born Muslim, especially original people. Not everybody's going to be Hebrew. But if you look at the etymology of word Hebrew, it means ones who cross over. Everybody is crossing over from something to something to be better. Some people are crossing over to be even better than what they were. Not everybody is going to be Christian, but many of us are trying to crystallize ourselves to be like the Christ energy. Because remember, the word Christ only means anointed. So what are you anointed to do in this lifetime? What are you here to cross over in this lifetime? What peace, as a Muslim, what peace do you come to bring? If it means one who is of peace. Big up to Minister Farrakhan that broke that down sweetly one time. If the word Buddha means enlighten one, what are you being enlightened by, and how are you going to enlighten others? That part. Not by being angry at the Bible, not by being angry at the Quran, not by being angry at any of these highly powerful scriptures, but being able to go in it and extract what you need to be a better human being on this planet. That's what's going to be important. And not everybody's going to agree with you. Believe me, I know this. Not everybody's going to follow your lead. I know this. I have it in my own family. Being a Rasta don't mean that you put on locks and you smoke weed and that's it. That's Rastafari. That's not Rastafari because it comes with protocols and tenets and all that connecting to a form of Christianity through his imperial majesty, Haile Selassie, and respect to him as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords on the physical planet as man, and his beautiful wife, the balance. So when you think you're becoming a Rasta, just smoke weed and talk a bunch of bull crap and don't know what you're talking about, and you're not going through the tenets and showing the respect to the Ethiopian church, that's not being a Rasta. You're a Rastafari, not a Rastafari. Rascal. So big up to and respect to a community that I was raised in. Family members. The reggae community has a lot of great Rastafari brothers and sisters in it. Big up to my girl, my good friend, Sister Carol. Big up to you, Roy, who passed on and transitioned. Big up to Buju that's working on and doing his thing through it. And people like Chronix and all these great brothers and sisters. The sister there from Trinidad who's tearing the place up. Queen, not Queen Africa, but big up to Queen Africa for teaching and doing what she's doing. The other, Queen Omega. Queen Omega she going with that voice. She got children. She got a husband. She got a mate. She going in there and her husband in the back, or one of her family members watching her back while she going and tearing down Babylon with our lyrics, and she's wearing full garb. Queen Omega. Big up to that sister. That sister's fire. She's like the female Kipleton. And big up to Kipleton also, and Sizzler. And all those great Rasta brothers and remember, all of them have their faults. Everybody have their faults. They can be a little rascal every now and then through anger and wrath. But at the end of the day, the premise of what they're doing in the Rastafari movement, whether they're doing 12 Tribes of Israel or the other ones, whatever they're doing, if they're showing respect to what they're doing, then they're supposed to live upright. If you're showing respect to what you're doing, you're supposed to live upright. I don't care what organization you was in. I was in the Ansar Allah community. I was in the 5% Nation of God on Earth. I was in the Nation of Islam. The Ansar is now called the Nuwapian. We've been there. I've been there. I was up close and personal with Imam Isa, a.k.a. Dr. York. When I say that, I mean I've been in his recording studio. He was the first to record me as a reggae artist back in 85, 86. Dr. York. That time he was really calling himself Imam Isa, and he was using a persona called Dr. York. So I know what I went through and my history of taking this information to make myself better. That's really what it's about. Next one. Detachment from the negative ego. Detachment from the negative ego. Most anger comes from the negative ego's need for control, justification, or validation. Notice I keep on saying negative. A lot of people just want to pin it all on ego, period. But there's a negative side of ego and there's a positive side of ego. The negative side of ego is the one that wants to control or justify and validate their madness and their foolishness through anger. The positive side of ego is the one that want to promote positivity and focus and resolve. That's another side of ego, because ego is necessary. It's used. Everybody will get rid of ego. No, there's a duality of ego. Like I like to say, the word ego, as far as an acronym, means enhancing God's originality in me. The negative of the word ego is etching God out. And that's what Les Brown used to say in classes. When you're using the negative ego, you're etching God out. When I say my positive is enhancing God's originality in me, because I am God having a human experience. Ye are God's children of the Most High God, according to Psalms 82, verse 6. And there's much more to that, but I'm just quoting that. Letting go before the day ends is a spiritual practice of surrendering ego-driven emotions to divine wisdom and peace. Again, family, please share this video. Big up to my moderator in the building, reminding people to share, because sharing is caring, for real. Sharing is caring, because this can help young people, this can help middle-aged people, this can help adolescent people, this can help vintage people. I'm just showing you that numbers connected to your name and your birthday also have these frequencies that can help guide you to be a better you. But we also like to alert you of your negative that you can attract to you. So when you do a numerovational session with me, I point out your negative, the possible negative, and the possible positive. The possible negative and the possible positive as in regards to patterns, cycles, and sequences that you may attract in your life. And it's worked over years. Finishing off the lessons, physical perspective. Number one, health and well-being. Unresolved anger can increase stress levels, raise blood pressure, and weaken the immune system. Do you hear what I'm saying? Interesting enough. Why? Because when I look at the numbers from the health perspective, did you know that this number 7 is the dietary number? It's a number that deals with the stomach and worry and annoyance. So you could worry yourself to death through wrath. 9 deals with the immune system, immunity, accident prone, all of that. Again, the 9 and the 7 pops up again. So all this deals with diet. The stomach issues come with the number 7. Then if you look at look what I added up with the 3. 3 deals with the nerves, anxiety. People not getting what I'm saying. Even when I write this thing out, I think numerovation. And 3 deals with blood pressure. 3 deals with blood pressure. 1 rules high. The number 1 in my book, children's book called Numbers Are Simple, Children's Health is Important. Number 1 rules high blood pressure, and number 3 rules low blood pressure. So when you see a lot of 1s or you see a lot of 3s in your name or your birthday, or you notice that you got a life pad number 1, or you born under number 1, or you born under, I'll always tell my clients, if they ask me about their health and what to look out for, I'll tell them with 1 and 3, look out for your blood pressure. 1 rules high blood pressure, 3 rules low blood pressure. So now you got to balance things out. Even if you're born in the 3rd month or the 1st month. You're born on the 12th month. That adds up to a 3. I tell people, look at things from a holistic perspective. I'm not new to this, family. I'm true to this. Not playing with people. Unresolved anger can increase stress levels, raise blood pressure, and weaken the immune system. Number 9 rules the immune system. 9. That's why you got to be careful of chicken pox and heated diseases like flus and all that. 9. Letting go before bedtime promotes better sleep, reduce anxiety, and overall emotional stability. Number 2, as far as physical, restoring mental clarity. 7 is a mental health number. The number 7 is a clear mental health number in my book. And number 3 is a number of nervous breakdown. 4 is a mental health number, but 3 can lead to nervous breakdown that can lead to depression. Why am I doing this? To break this down, because of the quote that we're talking about. That's in Ephesians 4:26, that add 4 plus 26 adds up to 30, which is a 3, or 4 plus 2 plus 6 equals 12, which is a 3. Again, paying close attention to mental clarity. Carrying anger into the next day creates mental exhaustion and distraction. Physically releasing anger through deep breathing, journaling, or meditation helps restore clarity and focus for the new day. That part right there, family. That part right there. Number 3, better relationships. Better relationship. Holding on to anger can damage relationships by creating resentment and distance. Holding on to anger can damage relationships by creating resentment and distance. I had to say it again. Addressing issues before the day's end fosters communication, understanding, and emotional healing. How many of us have gotten to an argument with one of our family members, our mate, our boyfriend, our girlfriend, whoever? Some people argue with their dog. Some people argue with their cat. I've seen a person argue with their pet rock. I'm like, really? This is what we're doing? Are you serious? The rock can't move unless you move it, but you arguing with it. How'd that work? You don't argue with your pet rock. There's something going on there. But how many of you, family, think about this. How many of you have gotten into arguments and contention with people and did not go to bed resolving it? Please put the number 4 in the chat if you didn't go to bed resolving it. And the next day you didn't feel good even waking up to that person or even wanting to call that person. You didn't feel good. How many of you went through it? Put the number 4 in the chat. It's not a joke. It's not a play thing. It's not a game. This is not a game. Color Curiosity put 444 in that damn thing. People putting 444, 444. Lord, I've done it. I'm just saying. Shoot. You get into contention. You get in contention with your girlfriend, and she wants to whine and dance, and usually a good whine and a good dance, and some 4, 5, and 6 play can help a man get over that stuff sometimes. Oh, babe, why you bothering me? Why you bothering? Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy. that can help a dude get over some good food. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord, I never said, Jesus, she gave me some 4, 5, 6, and 7 play. Just say it. You know, sometimes you get over a lot of anger that way. You know what I'm saying? You know, you remember that song, break up to make up. Break up to make up. That's all we do. When you love me and you hate me, that's a game for two. I mean, that song there, that song talks a lot of stuff. It tells you a whole lot of stuff. I'm just saying. That song is powerful. That's why I love old school music. Who sings like that and you telling somebody's life story when you sing that? Somebody said, that's the cut. You darn right, that's the cut. That song there. Make up to break up to make up. That's all we do. When you love me and you hate me, that's a game for two. I mean, yo, that was back in the day song. I don't know about these new songs, but this back in the day song was powerful. I love what October London is doing, though. He sounded like Marvin Gaye and a whole bunch of other people coming out of his mouth. He sounded like these dudes. I know women loving on him. October London. I believe he's a Libra, too. I think his birthday is October 17th. It's either 8th or the 17th, October London. Let me look up that right. But check him out on YouTube, his song. He born October 17th. Him and Eminem is born the same day. Big up to him and Eminem. But October London is powerful brother. Powerful brother with it. And big love his music because he sounded like he brought Marvin Gaye back out of his throat. Pause. You brought Marvin Gaye back. So let me finish off these lessons, man, because I got some more to go through. Addressing issue before the day ends fosters communication, understanding, and emotional healing. Number 4, breaking the cycle of negativity. Breaking the cycle of negativity. Unresolved emotions can become ingrained habits affecting daily interaction. How many of you had to break cycles of negativity, whether it's from your mom, whether it's from your dad, whether it's from your sister, whether it's from your brother? I'm still breaking cycles. I am still doing it. I'm not going to tell you I've done it all. That's not the truth. I'll be lying to you. But how many of you are still breaking cycles of negativity from relationships and family? Please put the number 5 in the chat if you have been breaking cycles. Breaking cycles of negativity. And you may still, and that person might not even be around you, and you still got it. Still something's happening. My gosh, unresolved emotion can become ingrained habits affecting daily interaction, affecting your interaction with the girlfriend you might want to be, or the boyfriend you might want to be with, or the girlfriend you might want to be with, or the job that you want to get. That's why it's important. The bottom, releasing anger before bedtime ensures the negative energy does not carry over into new experiences, preventing an ongoing cycle of hostility. So the more, think about it, the years upon years that you did not break those negative cycles, it's preventing you from experiencing new experiences. Because now you still have this hostility against your sister, hostility against your mother, hostility against your father, hostility against your brother, hostility against your old friend that y'all used to hang out with as children. Our unified perspective, balanced spirit and body. Spiritually resolved. We almost finished, people. We almost finished. Spiritually resolving anger before the day ends keeps the soul light, unburdened, and in divine alignment. Physically, it ensures better health, restful sleep, and emotional balance. Letting go of anger is not an act of self-care, letting go of anger is an act of self-care, emotional intelligence, and spiritual wisdom, promoting a life of peace, harmony, and elevated energy. Let me say that last part again. Letting go of anger is an act of self-care, emotional intelligence, and spiritual wisdom, promoting a life of peace, harmony, and elevated energy. You want to elevate your energy. Big up to Dr. B with Elevate Your Time, Elevation Time, elevationtime.com, elevationtime.com, elevationtime.com. Make sure y'all support Dr. B over there. It's all about elevating and maintaining your constant elevation. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't care if you're young, middle-aged, vintage, whatever you are. You got to maintain that elevated energy. Our final thoughts. This is it, family. We're about to land the mother plane right now. If you didn't get to take a picture of the board, here's a picture of the board. You can look at the board, take a picture of the board, what I wrote down, just in case you want to look at it. Take a snapshot of the board, what I broke down. These digital codes, these divine digital codes are very important to use. What we call numerology, or we call numerovational, or we call numerical analysts, whatever people calling it, it's all learning how to work with those divine digital codes. Because numbers was here before us. We just decided to recognize it and then created a whole system, multiple systems around it. According to my studies and what I'm seeing in my dreams and my astral travels, numbers been here. These symbols, because numbers and words are symbols. That's all they are. Letters and numbers are symbols that we use to communicate on multiple levels. That's what it is. So in closing, family, My final thought. And first, before I do close, I want to show everybody this shirt right now. You can get these shirts. I think Color Curiosity has 10 or 20 of them left. She was at the these are the chakra shirts. These are the chakra shirts and talk about the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the solar plex chakra, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. If you want this shirt, my sister can have it to you. All you have to do is contact. Here, take a snapshot of this if you want the chakra healing shirt. Just to remind you. Remember, every little thing is here to remind you. So contact Color Curiosity right now for that shirt. I think she has like 10 or 20 left. She was at the 9 Ether God Fest Send. So please support whatever she does. Go to or text her. Just text her, I want the shirt. Text her right now at 813-325-4205. Text her right now and say, King Simon talked about the shirt. I want the shirt. Just text, I want the shirt. And tell them what size you want, though. Find out, because you might extra large, large, medium, small. Go get the shirt from Millicent Simmons, a.k.a. Color Curiosity. It's a beautiful shirt. You see, I got one. She gave me one. Beautiful shirt. Just to remind you. And then it gives you the healing meaning, spirit, awareness, communication, love and healing, wisdom and power, sexuality and creativity. And also on the bottom, it says, let's see what it says on the bottom. Basic trust. Basic trust. It's just a reminder. Sometimes you need those one-word reminders. I know she gonna take care of me. Every time y'all buy a shirt, she gonna hook me up. I know how she gets down. She likes to donate and help her brother out. So she knows. But this is a good shirt to have in your thing. And look, I had this shirt for like a 2 months already. Washed it like 3-4 times, and it still look good. Still look good. Still look good. You know, still look good. So make sure you go to Color Curiosity and support her and what she's doing. And join her on IG, follow her on IG, and let her know that we appreciate what you're doing, not only on King Simon's show, but also what she's doing in her own time and what she's doing in her own. All right. She says she has plenty. All right. She says in the chat. She said, I have plenty. Okay, she have plenty. But you got to specify what size you need. Extra large. Some people need triple X, double X. Some people medium, small. That's medium is before, and it's 100% cotton. Thank you very much. It's 100% cotton. So it ain't no mixture of Polly and Esther, the crazy twins, Polly and Esther. It is only natural 100% cotton. I love the shirt. I said, let me put this on today, and I'm going to promote it. That's what I said to myself. All right, in closing, family, we're 1 hour and 21 minutes in. Remember, I have the tribute to Dr. Delbert Blair coming up at 3 o'clock, so I'm going to get the chance to relax. Okay? Nobody texts me for the books. I'm surprised. Nobody texts me for the books. Nobody texts me for the books. The books themselves together are about $50 for the books, but I'm giving it away for free. You only have to pay $30 for the shipping and handling. I'm surprised nobody texts me for the books, but it's all good. You can text me at 347-496-1022. I have a few of them to give away. 347-496-1022. I have a few of them to give away. All right. In closing, our final thought. Let not the sun go down on your wrath means that unresolved anger should not be carried into a new day. Releasing it before the day ends is a spiritual act of trust and emotional responsibility, ensuring that you wake up with a clear heart, a peaceful mind, and a soul ready to embrace new possibilities. That last part right there, releasing it before the day ends is a spiritual act of trust and emotional responsibility, ensuring that you wake up with a clear heart, a peaceful mind, and a soul ready to embrace new possibilities. On that note, family, thanks for your time and greatness in this realm of learning from King Simon Presents. Only quality people. Family, once again, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being a part of my journey as I am a part of your journey. Don't give up. You know, I have a poem that sit right here on my bookshelf. Let me share that poem with you. There's a poem that I have right here on my bookshelf that was given to me years ago. And the poem says, "Don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trotting seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the depths are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Success is future turned inside out. Success is failure turned inside out. The silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight. When your heart is hit, it's when things go wrong that you mustn't quit." This was given to me years ago, and I always carry it with me. I used to have it in a book, and then it slipped. It dropped out of a book one time, and I didn't know how it dropped. It dropped on the floor, and I said, "Oh, I need this." I think when I was moving and I was going to throw it away, I said, "No, I'm going to take this with me," because sometimes you got to have things like shirts and sayings and cards that are given to you. I keep a lot of cards that my mother gave me, my father gave me, my grandfather gave me, and they had a lot of meaningful sayings. Those Hallmark cards, boy, go a long way. Those Hallmark cards go a long way. Maybe you should invent your own Hallmark card. Maybe I should invent some Numerovational Hallmark cards. Hey, they go a long way in life, and people use them as bookmarkers and things and they drop at the right time. Y'all ever notice that? That they drop at the right time. Sometimes they fall out of a book or fall off your shelf at the right time when you need it. My spirit said to go and get it. So whoever needed to hear that poem, don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. I'm going to have to break that down one day. I'm going to do a numerovational. I think I did already. I think I already did it. But if I have to do it again, I'm going to look through my content and see if I did it already. So family, on that note, remember, let not the sun go down on your wrath. Never. I don't care what kind of day you went through. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whatever day you went through, don't do it to yourself. On that note, remember, later on, we're going to be doing a tribute to the late, great Dr. Delbert Blair. Yes. We're doing a tribute at 3 o'clock sharp. Brother Tony will be with me. 3 o'clock sharp. Brother Tony will be with me. And Brother Tony is the one that's maintaining and keeping the Meta Center legacy alive. I'm proud of the brother. Looks like a younger brother, of course. Proud of his journey. Remember, if you want any of my books right now, I got limited signed copies of my book for $36. You know, people, I don't use Cash App. Cash App, you notice Cash App been doing some funny stuff, so we don't do Cash App anymore. We're only doing PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. We're not doing any Cash App. Cash App, they threw me off their platform because they try to force me to do something, and I'm just not doing it. I think, like Brother Rich was saying, after the owner got taken out of here. I think he got stabbed to death. I mean, he got stabbed to death. They changed up the whole thing after that man got stabbed to death. So, all right. So it's very important. So I'm only using what you see on the screen or what you see pinned at the top of the chat. You see on the screen right now, I'm using paypal.me/King Simon, Venmo, and Zelle only. But you got to use that email. Do not use my number. If you use my number, it's not registered with it. The email, Tab Productions 318, is registered with it. All right. So please. I see people have texted me, so I'm going to deal with y'all in a few. Okay. So family, on that note, family, remember, also want to remind y'all that Phil Valentine and Brother Sabir Bey will be with me. Dr. Philip Valentine and Brother Sabir. Then on the 19th, we have Dr. Alicia Kayer. And then my classes, make sure you come and take my workshop. This is going to be a powerful workshop, informative, but it's going to be straight to the point because I only have 1 to 3 hours to do it. The grammar of numerovation and how to consciously articulate it. Lloyd Strayhorn has a great workshop. Go to his Linktree/numbers and you. Don't forget the lead actor from Mosiah and writer Samuel Lee Fudge is going to be speaking with me on Wednesday, February 26th. If you're in New York City, March 23rd, that's Sunday, March 23rd at LIU from 1:30 to 7 p.m. Brother Shabazz is the man to contact to see Mfundishi Jehutamas, Professor Smalls, Kaba Kamene, Mama Ella, and my brother who's going to be doing the libation for the whole place, Baba Ifa Kunle. Baba Ifa Kunle will be there also live and direct too. You know, I might drive down. I'm thinking about it. Not sure yet, because that's around the spring season. All right. So, you know, think about it. Big up to Color Curiosity again. Make sure you get the t-shirt, the Chakra Balance t-shirts that she has that I'm wearing right now. Make sure you contact her and tell her King Simon sent you. Dr. Shakira Moore, pre-order of her new book called The Iris Papers. It's a play on word like the ISIS papers, but she's going to be doing it from her own iridologist or iridologist way. The Iris Papers by beautiful Dr. Shakira Moore, doing her thing, as you can see on the page here. Adara Moselle, another sister that's doing great work, adaramoselle.com. Make sure you get that free consultation with her and set up a session with her. She big up to Paris Williams doing things. She's about to do a tour again. She's doing about to do a mini tour. So hit up Paris Williams at pwcollections.com or Instagram or YouTube. Wendell, Hypnosis with Kendall. Hit up hypnosiswithkendall.com. She helped me get my mind right and align me before I moved down here. And I haven't stopped since. Just one session helped me out, but she does suggest 2 or 3 sessions, but one session helped me out because I'm born on that one. Sometimes I just need one. Big up to my dear friend, Carrie Ann Ingram, who used to be a co-host with me, but she's still doing her work through Reiki energy and sound healing. And big up and respect to people who want to get their taxes done by a brother that's certified IRS tax professional and financial advisor. Contact my brother DTR and tell him that King Simon set you up. Big up to my son JB doing his services throughout Atlanta and the metro surrounding Georgia metro area. Hit him up. The number's right there on the bottom. Hit him up right there. And my son in New York City, Brooklyn, New York, that has his recording studio, helping with podcasting, recording, artist development, and event production. Hit him up at those 2 numbers right there. And if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth with an email, 347-496-1022. And remember, I have 4 different levels. I have 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute sessions. I don't do compatibility sessions right now, only individual sessions. You can even do something for your children if you want, like a 10-minute. You want a 10-minute quick thing to break down your child's first name and their their birthday and what to look out, what to pay attention to. Just make sure you ask me questions around that. Newborns or young people, whatever you need to pay attention to. I'll even let you know if they got to be careful of molestation and all that stuff. Oh yeah, I'm that type of person. I'm that type of person. Okay. And also remember, make sure you get all my books on Amazon, Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator, or to my Amazon, just put in King Simon, not Simon King, King Simon. And coming, the new book is coming. The new book is coming to town. Yeah, yeah. New book is coming to town. The new book is coming to town. Coming soon. The Numerovational Angles and Angel Numbers. And look out for this new ebook, the workbook called King Simon's Numerovational and Spiritual Lessons of Life. Based on all the lessons, but I'm going to turn it into a nice little workbook where you can check out your growth through the lessons that I've used, that you have been watching over these last few months. And remember, the children's book is coming out also. The children's book is coming out also this year. The autobiography, still working on how I'm going to format that. That's why I haven't promoted it. Remember what Dr. B says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm thankful for my life. And remember, today is Dr. Blair's birthday. Remember what Dr. Blair shared with us years ago. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Family, I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing some songs before the time it comes, and just before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Carol Burnett, but that's not how they sang it back in the day. I just sang it my own way. Oh, big up to Carol Burnett. Yeah, I learned a lot from those comedy shows back in my day too, man. I love comedy. Thank you very much again, family. Remember, you've been watching the Numerovational and Spiritual Perspective of the quote, let not the sun go down on your wrath. Family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great. Remember, I love you because I love me. Take care. Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.